Hello Pisces, welcome in. My name is Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be your monthly reading for March. Keep in mind, timing and energy is still fluid. This could play out at any point in time. This message may or may not be for you, so please only take with you what resonates and leave behind the rest. Pisces, I always like to talk about what comes through in meditation before jumping in with the cards. And so I just feel like you've got like the winter blues or something. You've been down, you've been depressed. Keep in mind, this is for any major Pisces placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. So if this message doesn't resonate, then do check your other signs and placements. But I just feel you're just totally invested in this energy of meditation, almost like going within, clearing some winter blues. I think you're going to start to feel better. You're going to start to have more energy levels coming through, Pisces. If you're like a creative artist of some sort, if you're a creator of some sort, I think maybe March is going to be a month where you're just totally invested in what it is you're creating when it comes to a creative endeavor. Maybe March will be the month that you create your greatest masterpiece ever when it comes to some form of receiving recognition. If you are like a channeler or something of the sorts, I just think if things have been draining and daunting, you're going to start to feel better in no time. And as a Pisces rising, I'm telling you, the energy is starting to lighten up, Pisces. So I just feel like you've put in a lot of work and you're tired because you feel like you're not yielding any results for the work that you've put in. So this could be work, this could be relationship. And so maybe you're dealing with somebody that isn't grateful for all the things that you do for them or all the things you put into the relationship. So maybe you need to take a step back and evaluate that relationship. If that's the case, do you even want to be with this person? I do feel maybe you pull back and now this person's all of a sudden afraid to lose you. But I feel, I just feel completion, finding your determination to complete something as well. So if things have been draining, I think brighter days are on the horizon for you, Pisces 222, but it might require a decision, an important decision. So you might be at like a major crossroads right now, Pisces. And so it's interesting I saved you for last. Maybe I saved the best reading for last, but let's jump in with some cards and let's see what else needs to come through. For my Pisces collective, spend some time alone. Really spend some time alone. I think you're going through massive cosmic expansion. And so you're going to need to spend time alone. You're going to have to go into quiet inner introspection. So embrace the hermit energy, okay? Be the Virgo hermit. Bring the energy within. Disconnect. So Pisces, sometimes you don't know where you end and where you begin because you are so empathic. You absorb all of these energies around you. Take time to disconnect and get back into your body, I think, because you're about to walk through the doorway of a major timeline shift. So let's keep going here and see what needs to come through for Pisces. You're shining your light. I think get ready to receive a message when it comes to a soul connection. I think you're connected to some friends that might be no good for you in that situation. Might be intensifying here. Any other messages for Pisces? A reevaluation. I just heard evacuate. So you might have to evacuate a situation. I don't know what that means, but you might need to evacuate something. And so get ready to receive an incoming message connected to a soul connection where there might be a possibility for a reunion or a reconciliation, if that applies to you. But I feel you're like losing your mind over a situation here. You're spending way too much time up in your head. And for a Pisces, that's unusual because Pisces usually just flows through life and really isn't in the Virgo head of judgment. So you're all up in your head, and so you're not seeing something clearly. You're not seeing something clearly, Pisces. You are at a pivot point. I do feel there might be a separation. You might have to make an important decision, and this will have a substantial impact maybe on multiple people that you're connected with. But I think somebody here is getting a wake-up call, and they're coming into this moment of self-actualization, maybe even some type of soul recognition with a soul connection. And I do feel leaving a karmic situation behind. Somebody here is evolving. And I think recognizing the role that they've played in a situation, which could be creating an intensified mental clutter, because a situation or a circumstance that has been avoided up until now is going to have to be addressed. And so there's no avoiding addressing this issue, because somebody here needs to cut cords if they're to go towards a reconciliation, I feel, with the divine feminine. And so there's massive fear surrounding a situation, surrounding an ending. I feel a divine feminine here that's shining her light. I feel a divine feminine here that's going to be receiving a message as a masculine makes an important decision on this spiritual journey. So there's a lot of fear surrounding a reunion, though, too. There is a lot of fear surrounding a reconciliation. I think there's a divine masculine here going through an awakening, and a feminine is shining a light. A feminine is a guide in this connection, shining a light for the masculine. So what I heard was leave the light on. So a feminine has left her light on, has stayed present in her life, I feel, and has played a vital role to shine a light on a karmic situationship or relationship dynamic. And so there's a greater realization coming forward when it comes to a reconciliation. So let's break it down with some tarot. Before jumping in with the tarot, I am offering another online tarot class, guys. So if you would like to learn the tarot from me, I'd love to have you join the class. Please feel free to check out the video card link above or the description box below. I'd love to have you join the class. If you'd like to book a reading with me, please feel free to check out my new webpage. It is up and running, easy peasy to book with me. And now you can become a member on the channel. If you'd like to join the channel membership, please feel free to check it out. I'd love to have you over on the membership side, where I go live every Thursday at noon. And we do ascension chats. I do card pulls. It's just a fun, safe place for us to connect and grow together as a tribe. Oh my goodness. Well, that's not a divine feminine coming through. There is a pivot point, and so we could have somebody here very jealous, very angry at a brilliant, talented divine feminine lashing out. There could be a very controlling, envious energy here, and I just feel somebody's like, I don't want to play. So don't play into any dramas. I feel we've got a karmic feminine here, definitely struggling with the mirror. There's like a dance going on here. There's somebody here jealous of somebody else's dreams about to come true. That's kind of what it feels like. And jealousy is kind of like a disease. It's not good. Yeah, I just feel there's something very karmic here too playing out on the horizon. Interesting. Maybe a feminine, a karmic feminine trying to take advantage of divine masculine. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel for money. We got a karmic feminine taking advantage of a divine masculine for money. And that's going to be a side note. And we've got a divine masculine laying down a long-standing burden of an unwise choice. So let's do 9 cards and let's see what is going on here. We've got a masculine finding his motivation. I think dealing with a very theatrical, controlling feminine. And we've got a masculine about to step into the spotlight, I feel. Admitting maybe I made an unwise choice. Releasing a long-standing burden like, oh my God, why did I do that? Oh my God. So we do have a divine masculine that does appear to be a good person and a supportive parent and spouse. And I do feel maybe has stayed in a karmic situation because they were somebody else's financial security. But I feel this is overwhelming and they're releasing an unwise choice. So I do feel somebody really has avoided making this decision. And I do feel the decision time is now. Unexpected action, unavoidable, unexpected action. So we get the Knight of Wands reversed, the Magician reversed, and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody is feeling like a sacred clown. I think they definitely made an unwise choice. Maybe they went towards a pathological liar. I think they got duped by a temptress or a temptress. That's actually a feminine on the card. And I do feel something about a dry desert energy. Maybe there's been a separation. And so this reunion might be very unexpected. If you're this divine feminine, we've got a divine feminine here, Nine of Pentacles, who really is living a happy, successful life. Maybe even a business owner. She's happy. She's good being single. She don't mind being single. She can buy herself whatever she wants. She don't need a man, that's for sure. Three of Swords. I think there was great sadness here that this feminine had to heal from. Maybe a feminine had to heal from a masculine that was overly confident. There's going to be an event here that's going to shake something to the core. We get the Eight of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Swords reversed as the central energy, there is a melodramatic situation coming to an end. The worst has already happened. The worst has already happened. And I do feel relief. So I think the betrayal is somebody didn't invest in a connection with a divine feminine. Yeah, they didn't invest. And so we got a feminine that has built her own legacy. That's kind of what I see here. She built her own legacy. She went after her dreams, and her dreams are about to come true. And whoever made the unwise choice is definitely in a state of fear, and they're recognizing, like, I screwed up. We got somebody here deeply in a state of grief, and that's the truth, because they didn't choose love. I think somebody chose money over love, and we got a feminine here getting all of her wishes coming true, coming into good fortune. There's like magic all around a divine feminine here, and we've got a masculine facing probably the biggest challenge of his life this month, because he wasn't there for somebody in her time of need. And I do feel there's a need to communicate. I also feel there's that tower reversed. And so there is an unexpected shift, unexpected change, unexpected breakdown. You're not going to be able to avoid this tower. You're not going to be able to avoid this change. It is time to go on a spiritual quest. There was a lack of love, a lack of open-heartedness here. And I do feel we've got a masculine here going through a fall from grace. So changes are going to be made. Powerful changes are going to be made. And this is divine timing. We've got the archangels forcing somebody out of a toxic home situation because they didn't choose to make some big life changes. And I do feel this will lead to an unexpected new beginning. But there's some karma playing out here, because I think somebody received some poor advice or abused some spiritual knowledge that they received. But I feel somebody abused some gifts or abused a divine feminine. And I do feel that somebody's going to have to find their personal strength to maybe apologize. Yeah, somebody abandoned somebody here. So let's look at the Ten of Swords in reversed. Lots of swords here. Well, something about that Pisces new moon is bringing in a wake-up call. Somebody didn't listen to their intuition. I also think somebody allowed fear to override love, and they're getting a major wake-up call, a revelation, and time's up. Like, it's time to plant the seeds. This is the new moon to plant the seeds, to put in the efforts for rewards in the future, in 6 months, for that return on that investment, on that seed. And so I do feel we can't keep resting on our laurels, too. Somebody here needs to bring a situation back from the dead. And they got to go face an ex. They got to go face Queen of Swords reversed. And so I do feel they've been watching this queen transform. I do feel there was an ending here. Look at that. I picked up the whole deck, and this stayed. And this stayed. Yeah, somebody is feeling like a sacred fool for not taking an opportunity for massive financial security and growth. And so there's an opportunity for a major shift here for peace, contentment, happiness, a new family tradition being instilled, passing on family knowledge, passing on esoteric knowledge. But somebody here was afraid to take a leap of faith. They were afraid to invest. They were afraid to start something new. And now they want to come back in and finish what was started 1321. Death in the world. I think this is complicated. It feels very complicated. So is this masculine going to be able to refocus his thoughts? Because I think he's got sleepless nights plaguing him. I think unfounded fear, nightmares, worry. Maybe by the full moon in Libra, there will be action taken. Yes, there is going to be a cycle reaching completion. There's somebody here withholding, because I do think they could be struggling with money. They maybe were dealing with somebody, like I said, that was only with them for financial security. They're releasing a burden. So I feel between the new moon and the full moon, there's going to be a realignment going on here. There's a masculine that still needs to release a conflict with a drama queen before they can come in, I feel. So they're withholding maybe to protect a divine feminine from a drama queen, but this is a time of growth, spiritual enlightenment, and completion. So freedom is around the corner, but we've got a masculine that is departing from an unhealthy partnership first, where there's been a lack of love. And so I feel a masculine ascending. Yeah, there's a masculine here going through a major fall from grace. It's like a breakdown, a fall from grace because of the lack of acceptance for a leadership role. But this is where they find their determination to challenge somebody that I think has had their claws in them, and to find their strength to maybe even come in with a confession or just to release something. So let's get you one last message here, Pisces. Like, what is the past life lesson here? You could be dealing with a Leo or a Libra or a Taurus. What is the past life lesson here? Definitely could be dealing with Scorpio or an Aquarius. Pisces, what is the past life lesson for Pisces with this message, please? Some form of soul recognition. Oh, resentment and poverty. So when we keep ourselves in a state of resentment, we do keep ourselves in a state of lack and struggle. So we've got a masculine here that I feel is releasing a perception of him being done wrong, because I do think he did another wrong. But forgiveness is really the key to clearing this karma, I feel. Forgiveness is powerful, right? It's liberating. And so we got to acknowledge where we hurt another. Somebody's got to come in with an apology. And they harbor resentment watching a divine feminine, I feel, living her best life. And so that needs to be released. There are two old souls here, twin souls here. And I feel the masculine is recognizing the counterpart energy, the divine counterpart, and he's got to release a karmic contract that he's been connected to for many lifetimes before raising his vibration and bringing this into the world. And so there is a past life lesson here that needs to be learned. And when it's learned, you're going to come into a lot of spiritual wisdom, enlightenment. And so there's a void as some karma gets kind of worked out here. So March might be the month of the void leading into the eclipse season. And I feel by April, you'll be stepping into a state of mastery. So you're working on releasing a burden that this twin soul connection has carried many lifetimes. So it has to be acknowledged. It has to be released. It has to be healed. There's no avoiding this tower, Pisces. So understand why it's there. Dig deep. Try to understand where you're still trying to fill a void, because mastery is around the corner, but you got some adversities to overcome first. So there's some challenging energies here, and there's a karmic, I feel, trying to create some roadblocks. So be mindful. That's what I got for you, Pisces. I really hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.